Hello everyone, how you guys doing? Welcome back to the official Nick Walsh TV channel. Welcome back to more Spin and Go action live on stream. It's a pleasure to be back online. We've had a pretty good week so far. Let's take a look at our results so far this year in our unofficial 10K challenge. All right, so as you can see, guys, we are making slightly more progress. We have broken free of the doldrums, and I really want to stay above. I do not want to go back down into that ditch. I want to rise above. I want to be a better person. I want to be a better poker player. I want to bring a level of professionalism to this stream that has never been witnessed before on Nick Walsh TV. And only I, Nick Walsh, can accomplish that. That's what we're going to do today, guys. We're going to bring the professionalism. We're going to keep it cool. We are going to play for chips, not for games. And we're going to make good decisions. It's going to be cool. We're not always going to make the best decisions, but we're going to try and make the best decisions we can. That's what we're going to do. I want to address something somewhat controversial, not really, but I'm going to make out like it is. I didn't really realize that this whole Spraggy face-off thing was actually a real challenge. I had a couple people mention that he was like calling me out when I was rating his streams and stuff. I thought he was just, you know, talking smack as per usual. But it transpires that there was actually a legitimate challenge that he wanted to try and do. So we're talking about the details. And we're talking about whether or not we can make it a reality. But basically, Spraggy wants to play a set number of spin and goes, and we're going to record all of our progress, both his and mine, separately, and then as a group. And we're going to share all the data points and stuff over the course of, you know, say like 1,000 games or something like that. Now, I think for the sake of broadcast, we might have to do it slightly differently. 1,000 games is a lot of games to play, even if you're playing a ton of tables. But I think there is a way to make this fun and possibly even get other people involved. We're talking about it right now. No promises, but there is a chance that we might see a little spin and go blast off between myself and Spraggles, possibly others as well. I'll keep you guys posted on that. That might be a lot of fun. In the event that we do something like that, we probably will play a high volume of games at a lower stake than we're currently playing. That's fine by me. I think that's kind of part of the fun, is you just get to blast through a bunch of volume and see what happens and see who comes out on top. In the event that happens, I will share my results, both filtered and unfiltered. At the moment, what I'm showing you guys here is every spin and go that we've played this year. It's like 99.999% 25s. If we go play 1,000 $5 games, obviously our results will look different. So I'll share both the total result and, of course, the filtered results just for the 25s as well. So all of the data is conserved, reserved, protected. I'm not sure what the right word is, but there we go. Hello over there on YouTube. That's Giovink says, go, I am from Brazil. Bom dia, Giovink. How you doing, buddy? Welcome. Thank you to Raksha and Tom for power modding for us today. Always very grateful for you guys spending your time to help us out here on stream. Really appreciate you guys. So with no further ado, I guess we're just going to play some spins. I feel pretty good today. I'm feeling pretty pumped. Tom will know from our previous conversation, many of you will know from watching stream, there's been no alcoholic drinks consumed since last Monday, I believe. Today is now the 30th. Let me just double check. So Fatboy Slim was the 19th. Yeah, so since last Monday, since the 20th. Feeling pretty good. I've been to the gym twice this week. Plan on going again tonight or tomorrow as well. And ideally, we're going to drop about 10 pounds between here and Barcelona. The one thing I'm not doing well, which I'm usually very good at, is I'm pretty good at my intermittent fasting. I have been eating well since last Monday. So we need to rein in the diet if we want to try and get there. But I think it's okay. I think it's possible. I haven't weighed myself today. But if we could get down to 200 pounds before Barcelona, that would be a pretty serious win for me. That would be the pretty much my ideal weight before any sort of actual muscle is gained, ahead of the beautiful Barcelona stop at EPT. Anyway, let's get into the games, guys. Let's stop talking shit and let's see if we can't win some monies. Let's see what the games look like today. Let's see what the games are looking like today. We need to just chip away at these mofos on this site. Don't recognize the player on the right. We have played with Analyzer a lot, depending on how you want to pronounce that, of course. 6, 7, 8, 9. One big blind bet. We have bottom pair. Interesting. Calling seems mandatory. I would say raising is maybe a bit too gung-ho. On the turn, I am tempted to actually find a raise now, but what are we getting value from? Are we protecting our hand to a certain degree? We're getting value. Okay, I tell you what, let's keep it chill. Let's play it as a call. Nice, we're calling again. Okay, nice hand aces. That could have gone a lot worse for us. We are absolutely got to put a mark here though now as well. This is very, 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 very unusual behavior. Nice, we're getting good on the next hand. So SRP, 3BB, BVB, 15 effective, Min Donk, 3 streets was ace ace. Good to know. Okay, well, we get the chips back immediately. I would say in this particular spot in the 3x against this player specifically, we're going to play it as a min raise. And we're going to call a jam if we need to. Yeah, this guy is definitely gambling here. So despite running into aces there, we did manage to just like play it cool. You know, if we have second pair, I think I'm more tempted. Second pair, top pair, I'm more tempted to raise, flop, raise, turn in that previous spot. And against this player at the 10-7, we are going to find a 3x ISO. Jack 7 limp. Lots of checking on this board. Seven, 8, 9, 10 Jack. We have a gut shot. Jack high is showdown as well, though. I would say betting the turn is not outlandish, so we can deny some equity here. I would say 8, 9 deuce probably leads turn a fair amount, so we can have a bet. The check is definitely going to be fine there as well, though. Katsiadas, thank you very much. Avatar is interesting. So there's a story. This is my friend George, who is also the director of a company I'm investing in, which is my Bloody Mary enterprise. And we had a call the other day, and there was a bunch of new AI avatar features. We all turned one on. It was really stupid, and I thought it was funny. And it reminds me that I need to be more like a pirate. I need to be bold and courageous like a pirate. Yeah, definitely a call against the reg here. Do not want to miss the call with the King 8 here against a regular. So we're no good in the all-in department here, but that's fine. The King 8 call is correct. Need to remain confident in those. I'm going to sneak a trap in here. Ace Queen Trapperino. Okay, perhaps not the best flop. Let's have a little bet at the flop, though. I think this is cool. Checking flop is also okay. I just think it's a bit passive for my liking on this really dry texture. Let's have a crack. And this one, we're going to go for the big ISO with the King Jack off. We will call a jam if we need to. And ideally, what we're going to do is we're just going to chip away here. Seven tray, not exactly the best combo. We do end up at the very bottom here, though, guys. This actually might be a decent big ISO bluff candidates. It's very rare. We're going to randomize these. We're going to do these about, we're going to do that about 10% of the time, 15% of the time, something like that, I believe. Trapping ace king suited here. Again, not a great flop. This texture is a little bit more dangerous for getting check raised with ace king of clubs, which doesn't feel fantastic. So I don't mind a little checky here, a little checkaroo. It's not the worst turn. Our opponent will not have a queen here as often as you might imagine based on the preflop action. And we'll have a bet here as well. We're just going to try and deny. If we bet now and we get to show any calls, we get to showdown with the tray a bit more often as well. I think checking that turn is also totally fine. The fear of betting turn is getting check raised. I don't think it's a thing that much in that particular setup, so I'm okay with it overall. Hey, Nettie, what's up? Welcome back. How's the weather over there? Got a call again. This is just another standard heads up reg v reg encounter call. This time we do actually have the best of it. Can we get a little hold game one? Woo! Can we get a little hold in game one, please? All right, 0.75 big blinds, no good. 1.5 big blinds, calling any two cards here versus jam. ATC, literally 7 deuce offsuit is a call here. It's ATC shove as well. 1.5 is the cutoff. Straight. 10 will also do. Chris Pombos, what's up? Thank you for the good lucks. How you doing today, mates? That's a good first game. We like these. We don't know this player. We don't know this guy. We don't know this guy just yet. Chris Pombos says, thank you for the hand analysis you do. I learned so much. I'm here for you, buddy. I just pray that I'm not teaching anybody wrong. I think for the most part, I think we can say with some confidence at this point that we are pretty good at spotting situations and discussing spots with some confidence. You know, I'm still learning in the process as well. So as it's as rewarding for me as it is for you, I imagine. You know, I have to look up and reconfirm and study these situations. I'm still surprised, you know, quite often at the things that are possible. This guy's been all in pretty much every hand so far. I think in a 3x multi we can risk ace deuce suited. We're gonna give it a go here. Pocket fours is very fair though as a jam. From a theoretical standpoint, this is still just always a call. So I'm not really that concerned about it there, but you know, we want to be aware of this player being an unknown. If they're all in every single hand, we can assume that probably they're not going to be afraid of getting, you know, some hands in that we're going to be okay with ace deuce of hearts. If we plug it into the computer, it'll say yes anyway, so we can look like a smartass. We can be a smartass about it, it's fine. King 9 is actually going to be in this department. This is one of our sneaky raises. King 9 is a special hand, 15 big blinds and below. We do a lot of min raising with King 9. And also that min raise under 11 or 12 is going to look very scary to regs as well. We get away with that a little bit more than we probably should. Against COH 12, very good player. We're going to keep it balanced with the jamming. This is a spot we pretty much jam 100% if we play a hand. So if we are going to rip 10s here, this is obviously a spot where we're going to get paid a ton. They have to call with a bunch of hands we have totally wrecked. The worst thing we can do against a reg is really play our hand passively. It looks too suspicious. Against a random, we can go to town. We can be as sneaky as we want in that situation. Second pair, I think there is some value in betting here, although with this kicker, I think maybe a check is slightly better. And we can reassess on the turn. Snap check. I don't think it's a king. I don't think it's a 10, so I think we probably should start betting for value now. And the river, we are going to check, I believe. We can still get called by an 8. Like I said, I don't think he has a king or a 10, so maybe we can get away with a very small bet here. I think we probably are getting called on the turn more often by draws than we are by made hands that have snap check the turn, though. And then 9 tray comes out. Queen 4, yeah, we probably do need to call this one. I think that we are giving up too much equity at 4 big blinds effective. This guy's been very push happy, so we're probably just going to have the best hand enough to make this one count for us. Nice. Pretty big hold on that board. Guy flops a straight flush draw. 2 games is good. 3 games is better. Let's see if we can get 3 in a row. Oh, hello. 2 unknowns. Hey, where's my notes? Excuse me. Oh, it's already there. Okay, cool. Hey, Ed K, what's up? Welcome back. Good to see you, mates. King 3. Okay, the King 3 was def. Oh, this is a big punt with the King 3. I'm gonna trap here. This guy's been very push happy. Cool, and then I think probably good enough just to get this in. We saw him raise stack with King 3 offsuit just now, right? So we're not going to struggle to get the chips in good here. That's unlucky. Queen. Nice hand. So the 9s here is not a punt. The 9s here is totally cool. This spot, however, this spot with the King tray is big no-no. So 3x steal I think is fine. I think King 3 is better as a limp here than a steal, but it's probably okay. Jam call. Do not raise call King 3 offsuit. That's not going to win you any chips. And as you guys know, we play for chips. We don't play for games. We play for chips. That was unlucky. That was our 3 for 3 right there. That was our 3 for 3, gang. We were doing pretty good there. Good game for us, though. Pretty straightforward here. Same again. Pretty much knee-jerk jam. Snap resolution. Ooh, little min raise there is nice. Again, pretty textbook jamming spot. Winning chips off King of Poker is difficult at the best of times. Let's try and get some 3-bet jams off the 8 big blinds. Pocket 8s, excuse me. Not 8 big blinds. Can't call. 6-4 is a no. Ten-9 suited, gotta go here. This is a monster push. This is very, very profitable. That is actually one of the nicer hands to wake up there to jam. King 9, easy push here, blind v blind. This is going to be textbook as well. And the ace jack again, just no real signs. 2x multipliers, too fast, guys. Way too fast here. Just get the chips in and hope for the best. Hearts and straight draws. No dice on the river. That was a big turn for us. Yeah, Tom, you're not wrong, buddy. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, mate. That's definitely one of the benefits of firing more tables as well, which I think, you know, the thing that people don't realize as well is when you're firing more tables as well, you're more likely to catch randoms. If you're regging one at a time, you're going to be sat with regs who are waiting more frequently, just because the way the pool is. You know, you've got a bunch of people like in the waiting line over here. You've got games that are ongoing here, and then if you reg as a single, you're going to get placed with more regs that way too. A couple good games for us there. We actually got a bit unlucky towards the end. Let's go ahead and fire up 2 tables and let's get warmed up here. I feel like we are a little bit warm already. A couple very good games for us there, strat wise. You got the King of Poker instead, yeah, bro. I'm beginning to hate him so much. Only out of respect, though. I mean that in the most respectful way possible. Nettie says, I saw my baby today. I had 31 years ago today. Nettie, that is wild. That is wild. I mean, so I'm 37 now, I think. I'm 37 now, so where are we at? So yeah, I mean, I guess you must be what am I doing with 10-9? Yeah, math is hard, never mind. Oh, was it his birthday today? Oh, happy birthday to the baby boy. Oh, sorry, I'm here playing games. I forgot I gotta show you what the games look like, guys. There we go. 50. There we go. That's better. Let's do this one. I'm lucky with the ace-5 suited. This is a slam dunk push, really, in the grand scheme of things. I'm gonna check there. There's too many floats that we hate. On the turn, though, we will go big. Let's have a little crack at this one. And on the river, we're just going to give up. 2 unknowns on the right-hand side. 2 absolute unknowns, by the way. Yeah, fair play, nice hand. Let's see if they limp traps. Let's see if they got them. I like the way we play this hand on the left, though. I think having the king is nice because obviously king-queen is something we block. Even though, actually, you know what? That might not have nearly as much relevance in that particular setup just because the king-queen would not be played as a call pre-flop anyway. We're going to make this... I think we're just going to go big here, guys. Really punish with the 5 big blinds. Ooh, getting to walk with ace-queen kind of sucks. Don't do that one. This one is definitely yes. I don't know. This guy is an unknown player as well. I don't know if we should be a little bit more cautious against this guy. This seems very close, though. Where is he from? He's from Greece. He's from Greece. Okay, he's from Greece. Let's run him. Nice. Sick read. Sick geo read. Absolutely incredible geo read. This is why you need to play in chips, Nick. Sharpen those mental math skills. Tom, I don't disagree with the statement, you know, you have to practice how you play. But I do legitimately usually play like this, don't I? Against this guy, we don't need to balance the ISOs here. Let's just keep this as a check. Run this one on the left. Call the 2, the 10, 1 chip for the 10 deuce. Jose says, I watch Nick a lot, but my real weaknesses are the bluffs. Fair play, fair play. Look, it takes a lot of practice. Interesting line we have here. Okay, and we're going to give this guy credit. Let's focus up on this one really quick. I think this guy's going to be a bit of a wild card. See if we can do some damage here. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Jose. How can I get better at spins? Only practice or books? I mean, it's everything, mate. Everything. Everything you do in poker, you know, if you can improve any aspect of your poker, it will improve the other aspects holistically, right? Like, pre-flop, super important, right? You can learn that from books. You can also learn that from somewhere like GTO Wizard. You could get the pre-flop from NickWalshTV chart pack, which is available on my website. Again, not a sales pitch, just having lifetime access to pre-flop is so useful, not just for knowing what you're supposed to do, but also how you can anticipate your opponent's ranges are going to be as well. Learning how to be better at, like, satellite strategy, for example. There is a fantastic book from Dara O'Kearney and Barry Carter, I believe. I can't remember which ones they collaborated on, but Dara O'Kearney, excuse me, I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Dara O'Kearney has a great book about that. Learning how to be better at that will also make you better at other formats where the payout structure is different from extremely top heavy, and other formats where you're going to try and qualify. Studying your heads up is going to make you very, very good at hand reading in general, right? Apart from just making you a better heads-up player, being forced to play with ultra-wide ranges means you have to be much better at reading hand ranges based on pre-flop actions where ranges are exceptionally wide. That makes you a much better poker player. Getting better at poker is good. It is better, and you can do that in so many different ways. I don't think you should limit yourself to any one. Then he says, I remember my mom and dad back then had only just got back from Vegas, 1995. Wow. Oh man, I think Vegas back then was way, way better. I mean, I wasn't there, but from what people tell me, Vegas back then was a whole different thing. Good old National Read. That's right, Mr. Swain. Hey, what's up, Gil? Good to see you, mates. Hey, Welly, what's up? Good to see you. So those were a couple really good games. We actually ran bad in a couple there, but we're good. We're past that now. We're past that. We're playing strictly professional poker only, and we are playing for chips, not for games. All right, heads up against the unknown player. Pair of threes, backdoor hearts. Got shot. Pair of threes, backdoor hearts, and a 5. Pair of threes gets to showdown and wins. Yeah, this is a sad story. This is not a spot I think that the unknown players bluff as much. Okay, we're going to give him credit. Was reading PKO Poker Strategy by Dara and Barry last week. Some very, very good literature. Actually printed books as well. Also audiobooks. Also audiobooks, don't forget. We're going to go for 2 barrels here, guys. I think something like this is perfectly acceptable. And we're going to go for the big ISO here. So this is going to be an ISO to 3.5. We will call a shove if we need to. Otherwise, we're just going to jam. We should win this flop a lot of the time. That's unfortunate. Tray 5 off as a limp call for 1/3 of the effective stack is a huge mistake, so we're going to make a mark on that. There is absolutely no justification for limp calling 1/3 of your stack with 5 high. Trap 6s. Definitely a good spot for us to note because we want to make, like, we're obviously doing this with a value hand here, so we're not concerned about overdoing it. But what we want to be aware of is if we do have like the bluff part of our range, we're going to get value like regardless, right, from the high part. We don't need to balance on this occasion. We're happy just to blast there. The fact he wakes up with 5-3 off is just nonsense. Deuce Deuce 5 is a board that your opponents should almost never connect with unless they actually have a trap pre-flop. Nice. We actually don't lose any chips in that exchange. That was good. Anyway, that was a good game for us on the left as well. We got unlucky with the randomness there, but that's okay. We're going to go for a 3x ISO with Queen 10 off. And at 4 big blinds, we're going to be jamming a lot. 7 deuce does not run. Eight 7 suited, definitely too much equity to fold. Kind of unlucky that we're dominated by King 7 here. This is obviously a pretty good spot for us most of the time. Just running into a player that actually has a 7 as well is whatever. This is fine. This is approved. Queen 6 is going to go here as well. King 9, King run here at 14. Then he says, I went down and sat on the beach for 10 minutes today in our harbor. Lovely. It's great to get down. A lot of times, I mean, I've lived in Brighton for so long. and for so many years, despite living basically adjacent to the beach, I actually barely went down, and now obviously we go very often. We try and go for a swim as much as we can as well and try and enjoy it, make the most of it. Everyone's like, oh, you know, so nice to live in Brighton and just be by the beach and all that, and then people just like within a 5-minute walk like never set foot on the beach. I get it. That was me. So unlucky there on both fronts. The 14 big blind jam here, I think we can mark. I'm pretty sure it's fine. In fact, no, we're not going to mark it. The king 9 jam is going to be perfectly profitable. This is a reg. We're not missing out on any sneaky maneuvers by just playing this as a jam. I wouldn't be surprised if it just is majority jam anyway. Anyway, let's go for another game. This one, please. Thank you. Okay, table number 2 is this one. So, by the way, guys, we are currently at 3,009. No, this isn't even right. 1 second. 3,961 games. So we're almost at the 4K mark. That's quite the milestone. We're not halfway just yet. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, we are going to check call. We turn top pair with a diamond blocker as well. I might check again here. Queen 9 live cards unlucky. In the 2x multi again, just blind v blind against the reg. We're perfectly happy just to bet there, to ship there. It's going to be fine. Yeah, let's just send this one as well. Running into aces. It's got to happen once a day, guys. Once a day. Diamond. Nice hand. Once a day, we got to run into aces, guys. At least once a day. The ace-8 suited is such a slam dunk there as well. Hey, Zhao Zero, what's up, man? I think GeoRead is a very interesting topic, to be honest. Average rec, unknown from most countries, have a unique playstyle, and from that, both of us are in bad shape. The UK and Brazil are kind of known for their crazy recs. That's true. I mean, look, it's true. I'm mostly joking. I'm mostly joking. In my limited experience, I say limited experience. I mean, maybe not so limited. When I have encountered people from Greece playing spinning goes, they've been exceptionally wild. Exceptionally wild. I mean, Brazilians exceptionally aggressive, but often like in very like sneaky ways. I would say the Greeks, the random Greeks that pop up and we have 0 hands on them, they do tend to play a very, very insane style. iWalk23 says Spraggy challenge. I discussed that earlier today, actually. I'm not sure if you arrived yet, but I'm talking to Spraggy about doing a spinning go challenge. We are currently discussing whether or not it's something that we want to try and entertain. I think it might happen. I think it legitimately might happen, but I'm fully down. He was so funny as well. He's like, "Hey, look, you know, the challenge is there if you don't want to accept because you're scared." I'm like, Spraggy, we can do it. It's not a big deal. it's gonna be fine, mate. I'm not concerned. Hey, what's up, John Edwards? Good to see you. Queen 6, let's go! Back in the game. 2 live cards. We lose very little in EV there. That's fine. King Queen is definitely a call. No dice with the King of Hearts here. That's a big hold for deuces. All right, on to the next one. We're not running so hot today, guys. I think all the games have been very strong, though. The poker so far has been very good. A7 will go. Ace 4 will go if cat folds. 6-7 suited. This one is 6. This one is fine. This one min raise. I'm gonna mark that one for review. I always forget where the cutoff is with suited connector opens. This is 23 seconds ago. Against this guy, I'm gonna overfold the King 9 here. King 9's gonna be really close theoretically. Win-win fun. Welcome to the channel. How you doing? Pleasure to have you here, dude. 3x open. Okay, missed that bit. Okay, I'm gonna kind of negotiate my way out of that one. This one's fine as a shove into 2x multi. Happy almost Friday to you too. I'm excited for the weekend. I'm excited for the weekend. So this weekend, guys, myself and my beautiful girlfriend Ruth are going to a show on Friday nights. And then, of course, it is the Brighton Pride Festival this weekend, which is absolute insanity. If you guys have never experienced it, Brighton Pride, I believe Brighton Pride is the second biggest Pride celebration on Earth. And it is ludicrous. It is Party Central. It's so crazy. I guess I'm going to check this flop, but I do feel like we might need to turn a set to win this hand. Not just because there's 2 overcards, just because when they flat the small blind here, they end up with all kinds of stuff that's wrapped around this one. Ace-8 is definitely a call here. We're unlucky to run into Ace-Jack. Okay, yeah, again, I'm just going to overfold against this guy. I think it's very hard for him. The hands that people like to call with there always kind of connect with his board, especially on the turn where they can turn straights. Definitely a call against the reg here as well. Diamonds are so live though. Straights are live as well. Beautiful. KT baby. Okay, unknown player. Let's slow it down here a little bit. That flop for sure. Turn the straight. Okay, that was a quick call on the flop. Do we slow down betting here? I think we can check and he might blast off on the river. And then we're going to go for all of it here. 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice. The check on the turn gets the big bet induced. Table over here, sorry guys. Ace-10, of course, running Ace-6 against the reg as well. Very, very straightforward stuff. Unfortunate turn, running bad on the turn there as well in the right-hand side. This hand is probably enough. I mean, if this guy actually ends up folding, it's pretty good for us in general. If we go multi-way, 4-3 suited is pretty nice anyway. Let's just run it. McNeil says, you are not going to Nick Cave on Friday, Nick. Shame, you're missing out on better music than Pride. Oh no, I'm not going to the actual festival bit. I've lived in Brighton since university, so I've been to many Pride celebrations. The actual street party for me is like not the one. I've had some nice times there, mostly bad times there. I'm not a fan. I'm not a huge fan of like the acts that they've signed before. I think it's really way too expensive. I don't know. The vibe just isn't good. But being in Brighton just during that time is incredible. Being on the street party is incredible. I'm not going for the music, McNeil. Trust me. I'm also not the biggest Nick Cave fan. He's got some bangers, and I respect him. I think he's a pretty cool guy. But nah. I can hear him warming up. Sound check for Nick Cave right now. Oh, what is? Oh, I thought he'd be performing on the beach. It's interesting. Yeah, let's send this one. You're enjoying the warm up from your garden. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like every time I go to the festival like grounds area, the actual party in the park is what they call it. I feel like whenever I do that, I'm woefully disappointed. Wow, that's a very tight fold there. That's a very, very tight fold with the deuces. We saved ourselves some chippies, though. That's nice. Reporter says, I also don't love Nick Cave. Look, he's got some bangers. He's got some bangers. I think when you encounter somebody who has a sound like Nick Cave, the 7 might be good here, guys. I don't think we're gonna fold. I don't think he has a straight. He might just have a king, I guess. That's somewhat discounted. That's unfortunate. Trip trees. Trip trees is nice. Let's run this one. Let's see if we can grind it back down now. Nice. A7 is a good wake up here. 10-7 is definitely an improved shove, though. This is going to be profitable against just in general. We got lucky to hit the 10 there, but it is kind of what it is. Very funny. Yeah, comeback is on next door. Cool. Wow. This guy ran bad in this game. Unlucky, mate. Very unlucky. 18 Bros, what's up? Welcome back. Have you ever heard Nick Cave's other band, Grinder Man? I have not. I have not. What I was trying to say is when you come across, what was it, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds? When you come across that kind of a sound, it's very specific and it's got like a very interesting quality that I find good. But I can't sit and watch. I can't sit and listen to an entire album of it. It's like too much for me. It's overload. Sorry, guys. Wow. Wow. We missed the absolute universe on the turn here, guys. So we shouldn't rule out bluffing this river, but I don't think we want to do that here. Pair of jacks is basically the nuts. Nice. Pair of tens. Yeah, good luck that being a bluff. All right, I don't think this is an ace. It might be a 10, but I think there's a chance this is a straight draw or a flush draw. So on the river, McNeil says, Nick, I had the exact same thought regarding Bright and Pride. Also, I do like Nick Cave, but Warm Doucher, Flaming Lips, and Kyle Bond are much more worse thing. I agree with that statement, yes. They're much preferred for me. Okay, Aces is a good hand. We're going to flat the 4 big blinds here like a boss. $93.8%. Yeah, we're going way off piste with the aces here, guys, against the 2 unknown players. Just because we do anticipate many more mistakes in these situations. Lovely. Money in the bank. We won't be folding 9s, chat. Good stuff. He's terrifically respected, but I can't get into it. I think that's totally fair. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Jowzera, I know. It's crazy stuff, right? Jack. 8. Somebody else. Yeah, that's unlucky against the reg. The ace-3 3-bet jam is very good here. I need to check out, Ed, can you send me a message, just a private message, and remind me to check out Grinderman? That sounds good. We got a 3-bet jam the ace, even though sometimes he wakes up with the best hand. We're gonna bluff all day and bluff all night. This is terrifying. Why are you min raising? Why are you min raising? Julian! It's our turn to have the aces. We love when this happens, man. This is great. No 8. Don't do it. Let's go. All right, what are we doing here? Let's limp this guy. Cool, that's a win on the right. That's very good. So basically, guys, we're really close to our 4,000 games of our 10,000 game target. I'm gonna lead this one as a bluff. Wow, what on earth? What on earth do we call that, senor? This guy is all over the joint on the left here. This guy is all over the joint. We're gonna go small. We're gonna bet the turn here as well. This time we're gonna size up. Oh, I guess we have to try and bluff river now, but it feels pretty gross, doesn't it? Okay, wish me luck. Spicy. Pretty spicy. Okay, so he doesn't want to bet. Okay, this guy's been very trappy, hasn't he, so far? Let's not do anything wild. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he just had an ace all the way down there. He's been very, very trappy indeed, which is probably not the worst strategy against us specifically. We're gonna go for a big ISO here. And when we hit the queen, we're going to start with a very small bet like this. And we got him. Not sure what that move was. Don't know if I approve of this one, sir, but we absolutely got him. So trappy is one, and then also... Good notes there. Gonna grind all day and grind all night, and then we're gonna get it in with ace queen off. $100. Let's go. Sorry about the drilling outside, guys. Danas! Oh, what happened to my boxing gloves? I had some good boxing gloves at one point. Is gold my best one? Pop. 6 squish. Cicero. Pop 6 squish. Cicero lip shits. He had it coming. He had it coming. He only had 9-8 of diamonds. Oh, that was too soon. Donas turned it. Absolute monkey. He had it coming. He had it coming. It was a murder, but not a crime. Ah! Hate that spot. Absolutely fucking hate that spot. Legitimately hate that spot just then. Hate it so much. It was a moida, but not a crime. We were just 3-betting. Pocket sevens. Oh, enough with the drilling, you guys. G-bus. Tom doesn't hear any drilling. Well, that's good. This microphone, I have to say, if you guys are thinking about buying a mic, this is the Shure M7, Shure MV7 Plus. MV7 Plus. It's not cheap. I'll tell you that. It's not crazy expensive, though, for the quality you get. It's actually very, very good. Oh, man. Pair and a flush draw. How could this ever go wrong, chat? How could this ever go wrong? Okay, now we start piling here. If we go like this, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, does that work? Let's go like this. It was a moida, but not a coin. Yeah, I mean, look, he raised pre, he checked the flop. He's going to have tons of showdown here. Just going to go for the maximum. Checking, I think, is of limited value. I think the shove is all upside. Yeah, if you guys are looking for a microphone for pretty much anything, like even actually recording like singing and stuff, this mic is exceptionally good. Very easy to use interface as well. We're going to value bet the queen for 1. And then I'm going to value bet the queen for 1.5. We had it coming. The Jack-10 call here is probably okay. I prefer if they don't win the hand when we put the chips in good, but that's fine. All right, we're going to keep it balanced here against Danas with the little ISO bluff. Small bets. It was a moida, but not a quime. Straight. Queen tray, correct push, by the way. Queen 3 offsuit for anything under 7 effective is going to be fine, especially against the unknown player that overfolds. Because we're playing for chips, chat. It is like a jackhammer, Tom, yeah. Oh, I was saying drill, wasn't I? Yeah. I think it's a jackhammer of some kind. We had it coming. What happened there? We had ace-queen against ace-8, and we didn't win the pot. That is very unusual. Ed K, thank you for the message, mate. I'm going to check that out later on. I've literally already forgotten about it, so I'm glad I asked you to do that. I'm going to check raise the queen 10 if we get there. What's a cool size? Let's go absolutely ridiculous size. And if he turns up here with a monster, that's fine. He can have it. Or we just get it in with a bajillion% equity. 95% equity for all the juicers, mate. Sneaky little trap check turn. Feels fantastic. Feels legitimately fantastic. It was a moida, but not a crime. For lulz. For the lulz. For all the lulz in all the cities. Ooh, okay. This is a bit too much. This is the big ISO size. And then we're going to do a tramp over here. Come on now. We can make a straight. King might be good too. Jack might be good too. That's a straight, baby. We like straights. We really like straights, chat. We really like straights, chat. McNeil, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I think we know a little something about that. We know a little something about that. What do we call this turn? Get out of my life. We will call it jam here if we need to, chat. Story does indeed check out. What's up, Smeebs? Lurking and working. Good stuff. How's the new job going, mate? Are you enjoying it? Or is it just kind of a means to an end? All right, wish me luck. If he can bet fold here, we win so many chips. Ah, just the slow roll. Take that, slow roll. Nettie says, did you see Madness on the beach near you? I actually, had I known they were playing, I would have actually prioritized them for sure. I would have really enjoyed that. I'm not like a super Madness fan, but I do think they have great music, especially in a sort of gig setting. I think that's really cool. I was aware that they were playing. I heard some of it from afar, but you know, didn't make it. Oh, another straight draw. This straight draw has been very good to us. So we're calling. We need to win about a third of the time. So let's say we have 8, 16. It's not quite there, is it? We don't have the right odds. There's still money behind as well. We can't afford to do it. It's too much expensive. It's much too much, much too young. That's what it is, Nettie. Much too much, much too young. Something, 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 something. You should be having fun with Ace Jack. Wow, the 10-8 really takes a punt here. We're just punting money. All right, we gamba. Much too much, much too young. Sorrel justice indeed. I'm going to mark that one for review, actually. I'd like to see what the computer wants to do with that one. I'm happy with the way we played a hand, though. I think it's fine. It's doesn't feel like fantastic, really, but it feels like something we were probably okay doing. Pre-flop and post. Because you're much too young. Getting everything set up on the work PC while listening to you guys. Good stuff. I love a good setup. I am a big fan of doing setup. I like having cool stuff that has utility. I enjoy that. I like buying stuff for the office. I like upgrading the office. I like buying good, cool monitors. I like cool peripherals. Much too much running into queens. Nice answer. The 10-7 gem is approved, by the way. We don't even have to look it up. We just know it's a good one. We just know it's a bad boy. We know it's a bad boy maneuver. Call and fold. Technically, this is a call. Against this player, I'm going to err on the side of caution here just because I know what this guy is like. We can get him in other departments. Nice hand, Jack 10. King Jack limp. We're going to value bet the Jack here, guys. Much too young. That's unfortunate. That's two spots, guys. Two very good jams. We run into dominating situations. Not cool. Still all approved. Still going to be very good against this guy in general. All right, let him bluff on the flop. Much too young. We've got lots of equity and we're not done yet. We actually can stage a complete comeback over here on the left-hand side, guys. It's not impossible. Oh my God, he's got queens again. Bruv, get out of my life, mate. Get out of my life, dude. We're all in 3 times fully approved hands, and he's got queens, then he's dominating us, then he's got queens again. Cool story, mates. Much too young. We almost won the y'all, and then he hit a fucking 3. We're playing pots all the time. We're gonna hit a jackpot. Eventually, it's true. Queen 9, queen. It's queen 9. Gonna play jack 9 as a little limp here. Betting flop here on the left seems okay. Checking seems okay. Betting or checking. Let's just do that. Shoving ace jack, because we can. Really hope you get called by ace 10 in the big blind. Ace 5 suited is also totally cool with me. Never mind. I take it back. Much too much. Value bet a straight. Gonna value bet this straight like a genius. So 6 deuce is a hand that we can big ISO as a bluff against their egg. However, we only want to do it very rarely. We've got not a lot going on here, chat. Shall we do something? Let's do something weird here. Pair of 6s on the river might be good. I'm gonna do this. Much too much too young. No, that's too wide. Golden Brady, welcome to the stream. Good question there, mate. One sec. Let me respond to that in full in just a moment. I appreciate that's annoying with the delay as well, but confident 2 barrels. Now the river, how do we feel? Do we ever get to showdown with the deuce and just have the best hand? It happens. Chat, it's possible. It is possible. And I don't want to go too crazy now, chat, but we are, I feel like the last couple days we've been playing some fairly spicy poker. It's been pretty spicy. Somewhat approved spicy poker. All right, so Golden Brady has a question here, chat. Let's do that while we got one table here. He says, if you could give just one piece of advice to someone wanting to play sit and goes. S and G's mean sit and goes, or I suppose spin and goes are also a form of sit and go anyway, right? In a profitable way over a long period of time, what would it be? Good question. Good question. Let me think on this. If I could give one piece of advice to someone wanting to play sit and goes in a profitable way over a long period of time, consistency is incredibly important. And I think this is a bit of a cheat because I can split this into a couple different categories to make it make sense. So consistency is extremely important, and I think that people massively overestimate how good they are over short stretches of time, which is very easily disproven by appropriate tracking. So my one piece of advice legitimately would be to track your results. And then from that, there's so many benefits that you get from that. A lot of people think that having a tracker is about having a heads-up display. Having a heads-up display is a thing. It exists. I actually personally almost never use one. I'll turn it on once in a while just to sort of confirm some ideas that I have. But for the most part, it is not something that I think is particularly important, especially in the modern game where players are trending towards a more GTO-based approach. And also just in general, like if you are very well studied in GTO strategy, what you get as a result of that, not necessarily directly from your study of baseline GTO, is you know where the baselines exist. Therefore, like understanding how to adjust for specific player types becomes almost second nature because you kind of already know what you're looking for in order to identify player types, and then you already know how to defeat them and the best ways to counter their strategies. So the best piece of advice I would have is to track your results because number one, the human brain is not designed to remember like meaningful, logical information in a linear fashion. It's designed to reward you when you feel good. It's designed to reward and release dopamine when, you know, we perceive things to be good to happen. And it's also usually designed to protect us when negative things happen to us emotionally. So if you're playing poker and you're having a really bad month, it's very easy to go, I think I'm shit at poker, or I must be really bad at poker, or I don't think I want to play poker anymore because it just makes me feel bad negatively, right? And then when you're winning, it can be very easy to be like, I'm a genius. I'm, you know, like, I'm the best poker player of all time. I can't lose. As soon as you start to track, you immediately take out that, just like that entire spectrum of sort of human emotion, and you go, hey, actually today I played pretty well. Or like, this month I ran super hot and it's not sustainable for me to win $100 a day for the next 6 months. Like, this is just never going to happen, right? And then from there as well, if you're tracking, then you can do a lot of really good healthy habits as well. So you can have a good routine where you play a session, you mark hands for review in the same tracker that you're using to track your results. And then you can, you know, action that. You can study those spots. You can go and review those situations. You can send it to your friends and they can tell you about what they think you did right or wrong. And then even better is you can sort of align the two, right? So you mapped hands. Thank you for the follow. Now your soul is all mine. Thank you for the sub and thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, Golden Brady. So what I was going on to say is, you know, over time, let's say you say, I marked this hand on a Monday and I want to study these spots because I think I'm doing it wrong. Then you go and study it and you go, I'm playing this hand really shit, or I'm playing this sort of collection of hands or style of hand, or I'm playing this texture flop wrong. You can basically, like, you know, have every single day all of these hands mapped out for hand, you know, things that you wanted to review. And over time, you can overlay that graph to see how you are actually improving the number of chips that you're winning over time. So you can be like, these healthy habits legitimately and measurably have a positive impact on the way that I'm playing the game. And I can map that scientifically, mathematically. I don't need to go based on my human emotions, which will lie to me consistently. Poker is already emotional enough. It's already stressful enough. Take out some of that sort of like additional headspace and go, I feel like I've been playing really well this month, but maybe I'm lying to myself. I'm not sure. Like, oh, actually, you know, I've been really stressed out at work recently. I'm not really sure if I'm playing poker very well. Like, remove all that bullshit. Take that out of your head and just track your results. And then you can go, this month I played awesome. And here are the reasons why. And if it's not going well, here are some hands I'd like to review to try and improve. I was thinking more specifically spin over sit, but my brain wasn't functioning to realize it can be both. Don't worry, that's fine. I've been using Poker Tracker 4 for a number of years, so I've got the data. I think I just need to do more with it. Yeah, I mean, and it's one thing to just have the data. It's another thing to go like, why am I not winning more? If you actually find a decent coach for whatever sort of format you want to play, they will literally open up your database, and the first thing they'll do is they'll check how many chips you're winning from each position. So if we're talking about spins specifically, they'll say, what's your chips per what's your EVBB, or what's your chips EV from the button multi-way, small blind multi-way, big blind multi-way, small blind heads up, big blind heads up. And then they'll probably drill down further than that, and they'll say, how many chips are you winning in ISO pots versus limp heads up? How many chips are you winning in min raise pots? How many chips are you winning when you limp? And there are numbers which are achievable, and there's a spectrum, right? There's very low, there's very high. If you're not meeting the minimum threshold, there's a mistake, and you can immediately drill down into that. Not only that, but if you're tracking, you can filter for that specific encounter and that specific setup. And then you can look at some of the hands that you've played in that position too. Again, the tracker is super helpful. So if I was going to take you on as a student, that's where I would start. And you can almost immediately identify where people need to study. And what's even better is these days, if you have the right technology, you can also study those spots specifically again and again and again, like rapid fire. So if I said to you, hey, look, small blind, when you limp, you're doing well, but when you are min raising, you're not winning enough. Or when you're in the big blind and when there's a min raise pot, you call, you're folding too much on the turn. You can look at all of the hands that you've played, and you can immediately find patterns of behavior that are probably negative. And then you can study those in something like GTO Wizard Trainer, for example, right? So you can fire up GTO Wizard. You can say, I want to study 100 spots today, and I want all of them to be between 20 big blinds and 10 big blinds effective, and I want them always to be limped pots where I check in the big blind and I'm playing from out of position or whatever. Do that 100 times a day. Watch yourself get better. Not only that, track yourself getting better and watch your graph improve over time. But yeah, there you go. It sounds like you're already on the right path. Spin and goes are great to play casually because they are so short in time. But to know if you are profitable takes a lot of volume. You will hit a few decent multipliers along the way, but you're not guaranteed to win them. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Okay, let's keep going. I hope that was helpful, Golden Brady. I would say that like really, if I break it down, that answer is more to do with like, it's less to do with tracking specifically, and it's more just to do with it's like accountability, and it's also a lot to do with like treating poker like a business. If I was talking to somebody who was playing live poker, I would sort of say the same thing. Obviously, you can't really track live poker. So what you can do is you can still mark hands down for review, like write down, like have a little bit of a shorthand, write down what the spots were and what you want to look up later on. But also like just, you know, monitoring your bankroll and treating poker like a business in general, I think is just of benefit. I know a lot of people really cop out on this as well. A lot of people will say to me, "Oh, Nick, or I'll say like, you know, are you tracking?" And that like live or whatever it may be, right? And they'll say, "Oh, I'm more casual. Like I don't like to track my winnings, and like that's not important to me because like I'm not a professional." And you're like, you will have so much more fun. Like you will have so much more fun if you actually treat poker like a business and you make it into a profitable hobby than just like just saying like, "Oh, it's not important to me that, you know, it's not important to me that I track because it's not something that I care about." It's like so stupid. Definitely, I think it says definitely. I think a big step I need to make is being comfortable with multi-tabling. I can multi-table fine on full tables, but 3-player tables and action moves so fast. I need to find more. Dude, it's so hard. It's so hard. Don't think that that's like a personal thing to you. It took me years to even get to 4 tables, and I'm still not even that good at 4 tabling. Like I have to really be switched on. Unlucky ace king there. Ace queen is fine though. Okay, queen 5. That should be a pretty good turn for us in general. I think we can just shove turn, I guess. I don't think flatting is that good here. He can still call us with like an 8s. He can still call us with like 9s, 10s, jacks, queens. Sorry, 9s, 10s, jacks. All that good stuff. He can still call us with a queen. I guess we're still checking. Don't really want to fold, but I will here. Golden Brady, no problem, mate. No problem. If you ever want any help with that stuff or you want to talk more, hit me up on Discord. Drop me a message on Instagram or whatever. I'm always around. This one is the cutoff, I think. All right, let's raise this to 2.5. That's a very, very good flop, guys. I'm going to do a somewhat unbalanced size here. This feels good. Ooh, does he have a piece? The heart might be really, really bad for us. Let's slow it down. We'll call pretty much any river bet, though, I think. Nice. That's a shame. If it comes something clean, we win the whole stack, I think. We want to note that down as well. Let's sneak in here with a limp. Nice. All right, cool. Let's mark this down. I don't know, is that weird? Is that weird? It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. A6 limp call. Oh yeah, I suppose. Oh, that is actually very weird. I take it back. Okay, no. All right, on the river, I think we will have the best hand a fair amount. We did kind of value bet the turn. That was the idea. Okay, this is unusual. Okay, maybe it's better I fold if I'm not sure. Don't know about that one, guys. That felt like a really, really close one for me. That one felt very, very close. Trap ace-8 suited. Beautiful hand to play in position as well if they don't go for it. Great. So, any chance? No chance. Combo draw completely bricked. Nice. That's actually a great outcome. Martin Samuel, what's up? Good to see you. Ace deuce push 7-5 in the bin. No. Okay, we don't need to balance here. We're just going to play the hands. Okay, if he checks the turn, we might bet the river. As a bluff. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it. Cool. Nines we're going to trap again here. Very unbalanced, but still something we're going to do because we coup. And we're going to ignore the ace. If our opponent has an ace here, that's fine, but he shouldn't really have that many aces once he checks back pre, so we can still get value from the fives and the deuce. Queens is a good hand, though, over here. People tell me that queens is pretty good. People say queens is a good hand. King 4 should be a push, not a limp call. It's a very, very easy push, actually. It's a very profitable push, in fact. All right. What's up, Dean MC? Good to see you, mates. Ooh. Don't know what to do here. I'm just gonna be extremely cautious with no equity there. And we're gonna be extremely unbalanced with our raise here with the queens. We're trying to target this limp here to try and get maximum value. Maximum value. It's still a huge pickup at non-showdown too, which is nice, but we're giving him a chance to make a mistake here. Erwin Feeney says, is there a certain kind of hand or position you examine more often, a spot where you are less comfortable with? Honestly, small blind multi-way is extremely hard for everyone. Like, it's just a spot that everyone plays very badly in general. That's one that we look at a lot. Also, very frequently ISO pots. I would say ISO, it heads up in a raise versus limp situation. That's what I mean by ISO. I would say that is probably one of the biggest mistakes that I make too. My ISO, my blind v blind heads, my blind v blind multi-way is pretty rough, and my we're just gonna bet big here, guys. My blind v blind heads up is very rough, and my heads up ISO pot isn't so good. Look, he might have trip sevens. I still think we're supposed to shove. We can get called by worse nines and a 5 and straight draws. Good luck to him. There we go. Good example. The trip sevens is definitely a thing, but it's not going to be a thing as often as you might imagine, just because of the actual hands themselves. No. Yeah, we're going to sneak in here. We're going to jam this one in the 2x multi. Start with a check on the right. 2 pair on the turn is pretty cool. Definitely size up the turn here. And that's a pretty rough run out. We are beating straight draws and flush draws on the river, though. I don't think he has a 5, so we probably do have the best hand quite often here. Nice. Ace 9, all in. King, queen, we're trapping still. Pretty good flop for us generally. We're definitely not folding to the 1 big blind lead. We're going to start bluffing the turn here. I think we're going to go for 1.25, and we might shove the river as a bluff. All right, if he has a jack and he calls, that's fine, but he could have a missed flush draw. He could have a 5. We might actually still get a jack to fold once in a while, which would be kind of cool. Beautiful. Wow, we have the best king here. The best king in all of the land on the right-hand side. Yes, please. We have the best king in all of the land. So King Tray is technically a call here, guys. Against the unknown player, we're going to keep it snug. On the left-hand side, I should say. Did I say right? We're going to sneak in with more limps than we should as well. Bet this flop. Get away with it all the time. Defend with the suited king. Top pair. Very spicy. We're check raising against a c-bet if we need to. Unfortunate turn there. Oh, okay. Checky check. Okay, we're going to do this and this. Yeah, we lost the flip on the left for the money, but that's okay. Pretty standard stuff. We're keeping it professional today, chat. That's all we're going to do. We're about that professional life now. We're not about the crybaby life. We're about the professional life now. Nah. 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 Let's go, Ace-8. Erwin Feeney says, thanks for the honest answer. I have a feeling that people ISO not enough, so when they do, I always feel way behind once I call the ISO. That's probably true. That's almost always true, mate. Even the regs that I play against are not doing it enough. Generally speaking, studying how to respond to those positions is particularly difficult because generally they don't have the range that they're supposed to have, so a lot of what happens after that is wrong when you study it, like in GTO, right? If you go to GTO Wizard and you look at what you're supposed to call versus raise, it's going to be too wide pre-flop because their range is tighter than expected. And then also, once you get post-flop, all of the expectations of how the flops and turns and rivers play is broken because they won't have enough hands in general. So overfolding against that aggression, I think, is good. That's usually very good indeed. But that's also why it's so hard to play well. Okay, let's do this. And King 10 of spades for sure a call. Monstrous call here. Yeah, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. 3,994 games, guys. We're almost there. We are almost there. Can you believe it? Can you dig it? Yulia! Go on, give me a spin, buddy. Give me a spin. Come on. Come on, mates. Julian. Not so lucky. No, let's play this one fast. I don't care. And the 2x multi. I wish you all the best of luck, my friend, but we are all in and you can eat it. Not quite. It's fine to take that one out. Interesting. Okay. Julian. I might even give it a king high call in this river, depending on how this runs. The jack shouldn't change that much. The jack should really not change that much. Wow, okay. That's a very unusual way to play ace 10 of hearts. Interesting. Does the king of poker always have it? Oh my god. Yes, and it makes it kind of hard on the other side of the spectrum, quite hard as well. When I ISO the right range and get called, they have a way stronger range than GTO expects to. Yeah, exactly. So this is why this is where poker becomes extra hard. If poker was always played where everyone had the correct range, it would be very easy to understand what you're supposed to do most of the time. But there's some wisdom in there as well, because like we've been studying a lot recently in our review sessions, remember that if you are first to act, if you are the person taking the aggressive action, so a simplified explanation of this is like, a good example might be you are first to act, blind v blind, and you have 10 big blinds. You're going to do mostly push fold, right? You're going to mostly push fold these spots. And if you are the one taking action first to act before your opponents have had a chance to mess it up for you, then the action that you take is actually going to be particularly good, because you know that that range is going to be perfect. Basically, the way that you play that range, if you play it perfectly, is you can't beat it. There's no way to beat it. The best way to counter the range that you're going to play if you're playing push fold is to know what to call with correctly, and that's the only response. But as soon as it gets all mixed up where your opponents can do other things and you're reacting to the way that they behave, that's when things get very, very murky. And that's where I think people fall down a lot, because they go, oh, there's this really complicated spot. It was like a 5-way pot, and there was a raise and a 3-bet, and then the guy cold calls, and like all like, you know, what does GTO say? And you're like, it just doesn't exist. Like, what you're describing is not a thing that would happen in GTO land, and therefore you need to actually understand the sort of theory behind it and the sort of human psychology behind whether or not you're supposed to make certain moves in those spots. All good though. We're gonna fold this against the unknown, against the reg, excuse me. Can we beat down Jim Lad here? Want to give old Jim Lad the beat down? Okay. Let's sneak in a little bit more of this, please. That's fine. Oh my God, look at this flop, chat. Look at this flop. Look at this turn. We got boats on both sides. King of Poker. Does the King of Poker want to bet this river, chat? We're about to find out. Absolutely no action whatsoever. He must have an ace. Yeah, he's got ace-8 suited. That's fine. We're not actually going to get any value from that, so I'm okay with this overall. This is okay. This is good. This is good. I mean, it's not good, but I think we've done the best we can to try and get anything from that spot. Two live cards and a 10. And a 10. Nice hand, dude. Huh, okay, let's try turn barrel. Six, 7 of hearts. Okay, betting the flop here is going to be fine. I think we can delay bet as well. Is this better? Is this better? Is this better? Is this better? I don't know what's better. What's better? Okay, let's just delay bet. It doesn't have to be big. We're not expecting him to fold a queen or a jack here. But we know that this guy plays a very wide range, so we can probably get away with this way more than we're supposed to. Terrible turn with the 2 pair over here. 9 or a 6 on the river might be a bit of a coup, though. Wow, what a play. What a player. What a player we have here. Okay, should be a pretty good turn for us as well. We know this guy is loosey-goosey, so let's bet turn. No action for the 1/3 pot. Okay, we're heads up against blue player here. Limp button, 8 effective, multi with 6-9 suited. Okay, cool, good to know. Okay, we have a straight draw on the turn at least. That's helpful. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. That's real nice. Unless we're very unlucky, we have a very good hand here, chat. Theoretically, we can get away with this once in a while. That's easy. Hey, Demo, thank you very much. This one's gonna be against this guy. We're not gonna bluff here. We're just gonna do this. All right, so on the river, what are we doing, guys? Cool. That could have cost us a lot more. Got him. That's a ridiculous river. That is a fucking ridiculous river. GG. That's unfortunate. What's the other note? We want to add some more notes to this guy before we go on. Okay. I would love to get another game with this guy. Definitely a player we don't mind playing some games again. Scott gets really lucky there with the queen 5. If we get to that showdown, we might still call a river bet, but we're never going to raise. This is the same guy, right? We're never going to raise that river without 2-pair, and it's hard for him to have a better 2-pair, or just it's hard for him to have a lot of good 2-pairs there that don't play aggressively pre. Can you guys hear that music? I don't want to get DMC striked. DMCA strike. Basically, we just want to be in pots with this guy because he is definitely misplaying hands. Rivering 2-pair when he rivers 2-pair is like, that's pretty annoying. You know, he's never getting away from a top pair either there, so we're definitely doing really well in this pot. You're definitely doing really, really well in this hand to find the raise. I don't like cricket. Oh no. I hate it. We could probably gamble this one theoretically. I think we're gonna find a better spot against this guy though than calling with 10 high. We have like great equity. Don't get me wrong. We can just gamble if we want, but this feels fine. Wow, monsters everywhere. Unlucky. Not the spot. We still have chips, though. Oh my god, pocket aces. King of poker. Can we finally cold deck him once? Oh, this is a historic day, chat. This is a historic, monumental day for us. Historic, monumental day. We finally get to have the aces against King of Poker. Feels fantastic. Oh, there you go. 10x multi. All right, 10x multi. All right, fine. I had kind of a plan in mind there, but it didn't quite work the way I was expecting it to. All right, well, we pretty much have the nuts unless he's got quads. We did convince him to put chips in anyway, which is really nice. He calls us with 10-7 offsuit. He just called us with 10-7 offsuit on 999 ace jack. He called us with 10 high. I am confused. Goodness me. Winning a 10x would be a really, really nice way to finish up today's sesh. We might actually do better by squeezing this one. This guy's going to be super loose, though. Okay, fine. We're thinking about it, guys. We're in the trenches. We're battling. We're doing it. We're doing it. What's up, Zintax? Thanks, dude. I will go get it. That's exactly what I'll do. I don't like cricket. Mano. Mano vid. Mano. What's up, Cow Chad? He just needed the info for future games. Yeah, and a 10x multi. King and a queen of hearts. How greedy do we want to go against this guy? Honestly, let's go crazy. Let's go crazy. Let's go crazy. This is a terrible flop, guys. Fuck. That's what we get for being greedy, chat. Oh, it's so tilt. Not fun, not fun. Still plenty of chips. All right, still plenty of time. Still plenty of time. Pocket sevens is definitely a call here, guys. Wish me luck. Oof. Oof. Oh, that's a big one. Yes. That is a big hold. That puts us in a much better spot against this player here on the right. This guy's pretty face up. We might get away with some betting. We can probably delay this, though, if we want to as well. It's fine. All right. We are going to be raising chat. And I'm not ashamed to say we're going to go real big here. The club might be bad, but I think our hand is too strong to miss the shove against this player specifically. He can still call us with a lot worse. Woo! That was a sweaty one. Not gonna lie, chat, that was a sweaty one. Okay, a little bit of ICM here. Little bit of ICM. Teeny bit of ICM. I don't like crickets. Oh no. I hate it. Oh yeah. All right, so we're guaranteed. We're guaranteed at least 50 bucks now, but we're going for all the gold here, chat. We want all the gold. Definitely raising. Definitely raising. Against this guy, we're going to raise bigger than usual as well. I guess we got to send it in again, guys. Like I said, I think that the clubs are definitely a component. We're blocking the straight. That's relevant here. We can still get called by a lot worse. Oh, that is so rank. That is so rank. He put in half of his stack with the bottom end of a gut shot. So bad. Oh, it's so bad, chat. You can see how wide it is as well. That just confirms the shove is good. We get robbed here so hard. That's such a disgusting turn. We convince him to put in half the stack. Like, we can make no mistake here, basically. Heart! That is really tilt, guys. Let's take a look at that one spot again. That's a really important spot for us here. And just like, if we need any confirmation whatsoever that we're making the right move, you just need to see the hand that he's putting the chips in with here. Let's go back to the Queen 10 spot. We've played this hand really well. He's just ended up with like the exact combo. That's just not good. The funny thing about this player as well is I'm willing to go out on a limb and say if he has a club draw, he's probably just going to get in with us on the flop. Like, he's not going to... Players like this get really overexcited when they have significant draws and they'll just run the hand, right? So the fact that he ends up with this gut shot makes a lot of sense, but the fact he didn't turn up with clubs on either occasion makes more. So, look, at this point, we have an absolute monster. This guy is just donking anytime he has any semblance of anything. This could be a 9, this could be a 3, this could be clubs for sure. This could be straight draws like 8, 9. This could just be a 10 that we have dominated, and we put in 3.5. I mean, it's a huge portion of the stack. The total pot now is way more than SPR 1. And he's just literally got 6, 7 here. The guy is drawing almost dead on the flop here. He has to hit an 8 to win the hand, basically. And that's exactly what he gets gifted on the turn. Flatting, I think, is out of the question because he, like I said, he will have like 9-7 with the 7 of clubs and like 9-5 with the 5 of clubs. And he'll have like 9-7 with the 9 of clubs. And he'll have like 10... he'll have like 10-5 with the 5 of clubs and all this other shit. Is so boring. This is such an annoying turn for us. This guy is actually gifted to find the turn like this, but this is all good. This is all kosher, right? We're not playing against what is going to be played logically. And the fact that he thinks this one big blind is like some sort of a major induce is so silly. Like, all of the hands that we have that we're raising this way on the flop, we're going to bang in on the turn. As I say, in this particular setup, like, he can still literally have 8-9 that he plays like this. 8-9. He can still have 8-7 where he had the straight draw and he picks up a pair, right? If he's min donking in this way, he'll end up with like Jack 8 here where he was up and down and then he turns a pair to go with the straight draw. There's infinite reasons to just smash it in here. Zintex says, I'm wondering if Queen 10 suited isn't a jam with 10 big blinds effective. You can shove it. It is profitable, but it'll be a limp for sure. We can look it up right now if you want. But the suited Queen 10 plays so much better in position than Queen 10 off. So at 12 and 11, Queen 10 off is going to be preferred to jam. Queen Jack as well. Queen Jack specifically is 12 and 11. We looked that one up yesterday. Queen 10 at 10 is fine to shove. Queen 10 off. Queen 10 suited is way too good to jam. It's fine. It will be profitable. Don't get me wrong. But this is exactly the encounter that we want, right? This hand, this setup, this is exactly what we're looking for. We convinced this guy to put all of his chips in, drawing to a gut shot. This is exactly what we want. Anyway, we managed to win some dollars in that game. It's a good game for us overall too. Very unfortunately, that's another second place as opposed to first, where we get robbed. Cowchad says, I think the pre-flop action is super complicated by game flow. Against this opponent specifically, we're making so much more post-flop and first pre. 100%. Cowchad is absolutely spot on. That's absolutely perfect. That's exactly what it is. I also think GTO wants you to limp the Queen 10 suited anyway. Just don't forget that when you limp these super beautiful playable hands in position and your opponent is forced to play it out, they make so many mistakes. It's far, far, far superior. The fact that he turns the Miracle Gut Shot after he puts in half of his stack is just bullshit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. It's actually catastrophic. Catastrophic in nature for this player, the way that hand is played. Okay, we've played this guy a little bit. This is the 2x. Okay, this is the 3x. Sorry. Anyway, all around good game for us there. We get super robbed on that river, on that turn, excuse me. Like, imagine every other universe where we just raise to 3.5 and he calls and he's drawing to just an 8. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good, bruv. Give me a 5. Nice hand, dude. Nice hand, brah. Anyway, we get 50 bucks, so it's something. This was a very, very, very good game for us, though. That setup is just daylight robbery, I'm afraid. The guy calling us with 10 high beats us because he puts in half of his stack and hits a gut shot. It's like, what can you do? What can you do, guys? What can you do? We're gonna do it again. This is what cost us last time, but I still think it's a cute move. Still think it wins us more chips. Lovely. Not when that happens. Are you guys surprised to see that the King of Poker has kings in this spot? Is anyone surprised? Is anyone at all surprised by this outcome? All right, I don't think he has an ace. I think he might have a 4. I am going to bluff. Game has been on point, though, guys. Gotta say. I'm going to put in a trap here. And we're going to call with the ace of hearts on the flop. Interesting. Still calling. Okay, you win, buddy. Against this player, the shove might be better there anyway. Now I think about it. We can assume this guy's going to be more passive, which means the jam is better. 7. 7. Nice hand, dude. Sick wake up, bro. Sick wake up. Back in the game. Back in the game. Back in the game. Please have a 4. 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 Oh, out kicked with a 4. That's crazy. Yep, this is the raise. This is fine against this guy. This one is going to be check. Not dime. Ugh, okay. Once we hit this 8, we're gonna go with it, I think. Oh, lol. Wow. Wow. That's interesting. That's interesting. I don't think he's bluffing, which kind of sucks for our hand, I think. Interesting. We might have legitimately just dodged a bullet. We can still win the game. 10. Check. Nice hand, dude. We can still win the game, chat. All right, so I think we have exceeded the 4,000 game mark now, guys, which is good. I'm happy we got there by the end of this week. We're actually just over it, 4,007 now. 4,007 games ain't so bad, eh? Four 4,007 games. So on our way to bigger and better things. Not quite. What's up, Mac? All right, starting again from now. Nice. Nice. Back in the game. Nice. 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 Comeback is real. Comeback is incredibly real. Against the guy in the big blind, we're going to limp here. See if Lionel wants to put some chips in here. Nice. Killian. That's a shame. That's a shame. I think we had two 10Xs today. We got unlucky in both. We came second in both, though. Unless I'm confusing my days, which is definitely a possibility. Right, we're gonna limp a little bit wider than we should. It's a lot of bit wider, to be honest. Much wider than we should. Killian, that's not gonna fly, bro. This one can fly, though. This one's possible. It's possible to make this one fly. And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? A little too ironic. And yeah, I really do think. It's like King 6 when you got the best hand. But you lose the pot because you can't hold the hand. It's the good advice that you just can't take. And who would have thought it bigger? Love is a funny thing. I'm figuring the man gonna get my face and you're gonna know what they're. Love is a funny thing. What's up, Crazy in the chat? Hello, good to see you, mates. How you going? Love is a funny thing. Nah, yes. Love is a funny thing. All right, queen and an 8. Sargi. I don't believe you, Sargi. I don't believe you, Sargi. What can I say? I don't believe him. I don't believe him. I think Queen High might be the nuts, guys. Against an unknown player, this is kind of wild, but what can I do? Oh, knew he didn't have a hand. I knew he didn't have an ace or a king. Nice hand, Sargi. I knew you didn't have it, bud. I knew it was weak. I knew it. Nice hand, Sargi. All right, we get a chance for revenge now. This is cool. The vibes were good, though. We have the right vibes. It was definitely a long shot, but we could tell that Sargi was not happy with his hand there, huh? Oh, you want to check now? Okay. Give him some rope. Give him the Sargi raise. Sargi raise. Pretty good run out. Sargi jam. Okay, let's just stand in here. Ace Jack of Spades, very good hand. Nice. We do have the upper hand. We did manage to get revenge on old Sargi over here. He somehow managed to value bet bottom pair, which we knew was weak. We knew it was weak. We knew it was weak, and we were correct. A little too ironic. Oh, he gets lucky on the river. Fantastic. Really, really cool. Well done, mates. Excellent poker. Don't win the flip. Sixes are definitely going to go in here. go in here. We're dominating 4s. All right, back in the driver's seat. Ace 4 is a slammer. Wow, Sargi is running like God. Sargi running like Christ on a bike here. A little too ironic. Sargi, why are you bluffing a dry pot, you bum? We lose anyway, but that's fine. All right. A little too ironic. And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? A little too ironic. All right, we got another 10xer here, guys. Can we get revenge? Can we get revenge? Please, chat. We want revenge for that absolute wrongdoing in that previous 10x. In fact, both of the 10x's were wrongdoings. Legitimate super crushers united here. Legitimately super crushing the universe. Robbed by a gut shot. You're afraid to fly. Not a suitcase. Do. He waited his whole damn life. Bum, bum, bum. And it was a bum party. And I really do think. But don't you think a little too ironic? All right, ace 10 of spades. In an ideal world, we'd get a heads up against the unknown player here. I think that would be better for us in general. This is not the best start for eights. I mean, honestly, against the unknown player here, I'm going to make an incredibly tight fold. I'm just going to keep this alive. I know for a fact if we get enough spots against this player that we are going to make this game sing for us. And I don't want to guess in a spot where people... Unknown players tend not to have many bluffs in that particular setup. It's too sus when we check flop. And isn't it ironic? Okay, come on, 10x multiplier. Golden Dackle, don't do anything crazy now, mate. Just hold your nerve. And let's play heads up. Let's play for all the gold. Ugh. I waited my whole damn life to play this 10x. I really do think. Don't you think? Interesting. All right, chat. This might be our last game, depending on how long it goes for. We're coming up to the 5 o'clock mark again. We'll do some review after this. We don't have many hands marked for review, though, do we? We got 2 so far today, actually. Maybe we'll squeeze in some more games. Whoa. What's going on here, Golden Dackle? The master of spinning 10Xs. Come on, mate. Oh, to be fair, that is a bit of a cooler. To be fair, that is a cold deck. That is an icy cold deck. Master of second place, Tom. Master of golden dackles. All right, cool. Still alive. All right, we're going to raise this to 2.5 to make you laugh. And we are going to bet this one like this. Definitely not a texture many people connect with. Having the spade is nice too because there's fewer flush draws that check jam there that will call pre. Just coming out here. And the deuce 8 is not going to play here either. You're a golden dackle, don't you think? You're a golden dackle. Yeah, I really do think. Okay, I guess there is only one maneuver right here, guys. This is the official golden dackle maneuver. Folds are good. Nice. Like, don't get me wrong, chat. We know it's going to be profitable. We know it's profitable. Uh-oh. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now, dude. Yeah, I mean, obviously textbook shit, but sevens and a kings there. Unfortunately, it's not a spot we're ever going to get away from, so it doesn't really matter. Strategically speaking, it is very, very, very annoying that the 3 10Xs that we've played today have been cold decks to bust, which is not only a bad beat in the sense that we didn't go on to win, even though we placed in 2 of them. It's a bad beat in the sense that there's a lot more chips in play, so it's going to hurt our graph way more when we get cooled in those games. We're going to play 2 more games. Well, to be fair, we don't have much to review, so maybe we'll do more. We'll see. Tilts! Yeah, I mean, I have been performing well in 10x multipliers, but that's because the game actually has a reasonable structure. Don't you think? Yeah, so far this year, guys, we have won 45.6% of the 10x multipliers or more that we've played, 10x or greater. And we've cashed in 73% of the games that we've played that's a 10x multiplier or greater. For lulls. For Lullington. For the lulls. He is in the lulls. He's here for the lulls. He is definitely in it for the lulls. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? A little too ironic. And we're gonna bluff the turn. He waited his whole damn life to bluff that turn. And then he bluffed that turn. But isn't it ironic? When you bluff. It's really ironic when you call with ace-5 because you're supposed to, and then you have the worst hand. That's really ironic, don't you guys think? This is a really good spot for our opponent to bluff, but it's a spot where we should also probably be calling a fair amount. And on the river, we have a big decision if he decides to go again, but also I don't know if this is the run out where people bluff particularly aggressively. Tough spot. This is a tough one. This is a really tough one. We are blocking King Jack. There's a fair number of ace-x combos that probably just play their hand aggro pre. If I was him, I would bluff here a lot. We're blocking King Queen. That's a trap. He waited his whole damn life just to make that call. Somebody write that one down. That's an absolute banger, baby. You know that call down is the Bangertron. Bangertron 2000. You guys know that was the Bangertron 2000. And nobody can deny that that was an absolutely majestic hand of poker right there. Oh my god. Really, really, really nice spot there, guys. Ed K says I need to up my game if 45% is possible. 45 probably isn't sustainable long term, but it is. We do have a very good track record in the 10x multipliers since the merge. Let's mark that King 6 as well. Let's see if the computer ever hero calls there. Let's see if the computer ever makes the call there. Yeah, we have too much equity to fold here, guys. We should have the best hand some of the time as well. No good. All right, let's play one or two more, and then we're done. The ultimate Bangertron call down. All right, two more games. Two more of the hottest games you've ever witnessed on Poker Stars, and then we'll do some review. We don't have much to review today. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that we played fucking awesome today, by the way, guys. I don't know what the dollars are saying yet, but I feel fairly confident that we've played a very, very... What is this, mate? Do not do this. Did not do this, chat. Okay, well, that was good. The King Jack suited is fine, by the way, there. That's okay. Call SB, multi-wave, 15 effective. Was King 9 off and stack. First BB shove, button shove. Black Cat Aces is gambling out here, mate. Gambling. Too late. You waited its whole damn life. Think that right. Oh, nice river, bro. Really, really nice river, mate. Just calling with queen high, no hand, no draw. Make a pair of queens. It's cool. Yeah, it's nice. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff, mate. It's really good stuff. It's really good stuff. A little too ironic. Don't you think? Can we beat the King of Poker with a straight draw? the king of poker with a straight draw. Didn't quite get there yet, did we, chat? Hilarious. Great river. Really, really great poker there. Really great stuff. Really, really cool stuff there. Really, really, really cool how we got to pay him there. It's feeling cool, guys. Feels real cool. Feels really, really cool when they got the hand. A little too ironic. Interesting, interesting, interesting styly we have here, mate. Interesting styly. right, GG. Let's take a look at some review and let's see how we did today overall. So before we even look at this graph, I could just tell you just from the vibes alone, I think we played very well today. I haven't seen the results. I don't know where the dollars are at. I don't know where our EV is at, but I think that overall, I just feel like we played a very, very good game today. I do think this was A+ territory for us. Just felt like everything was coming very easily. I don't feel like we were forcing anything. Towards the end, we definitely had a couple spots that were going to cost us a ton of EV. I mean, most notably, guys, and this is one of the things that's really difficult about the most recent updates to the spin and go structure. We took there were 3 cold decks, 4 10x multipliers that we played today, I believe. At least 2, I think it was 3. So we had 3 opportunities to win a very large number of buy-ins, 10 times our buy-in. And all 3 were within our grasp. All 3 were definitely possible. We got unlucky not to win all 3. We didn't not only win the money, we didn't only fail to win the 10x multipliers, but in addition to that, at least 2 of the 3, if not all 3, ended up being cold decks. I think 2 were cold decks, 1 was a flip. And on both of those occasions, the amount that we lose in chips is increased because the amount of chips in play is also increased. So we might have played a pot against a guy for 10 big blinds total, but those 10 big blinds would have actually represented more total chips. So in 2 of those situations where we got it in, where we were coolered, we lost a lot of EV and a lot of chips went down very rapidly, despite the fact that if it was in a normal game, it would have been a cold deck for the same number of big blinds, but it would have been for less chips. Let's take a look at today and we'll see what we can learn. So today, we won EV. Like I said, we actually, in my opinion, I think we really crushed it today. I think we played very well. A lot of this downward trend here, I think, is just random spots. These things happen. We're playing spin and goes. A lot can go right, a lot can go wrong. We were winning in red line. We were winning in green line as well. We actually ran pretty far under expectation as well, which is to be expected. We're actually running above EV so far this year. If we take a look at actual cash today, we ended up down $325. Pretty annoying when you consider the fact that I think we played a very good game overall today. We ended up winning 10 chips per game in EV. But when you're that far under expectation, what can you expect? I mean, in addition to that, we played some big multipliers today that could have really put us in a good stead, and all of them were kind of bullshit. We kind of got unlucky in those too, so that's fine. Anyway, we're not worried about the money. We're worried about the EV that we're going to make, and this is what we're going to be... and this is what we're going to be focusing on. We're actually going to do the review now as well. Let me close up PokerStars really quick. And let's take a look at this for a moment. So we min raise 6-7 suited. So this is actually a really, really straightforward one. Again, just as a reminder, guys, we are going to do some study now, which means PokerStars is completely closed when we do this. So we can open up all the tools and stuff that we want without breaching TOS. I'm going to open up the NickWalshTV chart pack. This is available for purchase on my website. One-time purchase, lifetime access, guys. Heads up standard. Sorry, this is multi-way, isn't it? We're just looking at the pre-flop here, guys. So this was button at 15. 6-7 suited, isn't it? Okay, so 6-7 suited goes in as the min raise, and 8-7 suited is always there. 6-5 suited is not part of the opening range here. This is fine. Energy is good. 8-7. We have a limp. There's a raise, and we call. Our opponent bets, and we opted to shove here. This is Cat FC. This is a reg, so they are capable of having big bet fold. I would say, generally speaking, when we see this sort of behavior, we're probably not going to get tons of folds. But the problem is, we have so much equity on this board. If he has ace king or ace queen or something like that, we have 2 live cards and the straight draw to go with it. So I think this is probably going to be okay. I'd be interested to see if GTO does something differently, and for that, we're going to fire up GTO Wizard for the first time today. Let's take a look at this hand and see what we can learn. Cool. Yep. So pre-flop is going to be limp call. I'm sure some folding is probably acceptable here as well. This one's close. On this board, when we see the bet 4, they want us to flat. You can see the EV difference is pretty significant here. This is kind of the interpretation that I had, that I assume GTO would probably do something other than shove here. Against people, I think there's a chance that the shove is going to outperform what we see here, but I would say probably in general, we want to do more calling here than anything else. What I'd be interested to see from here, from this perspective, is if we call and they check, what are we supposed to do? I guess we have to jam, but... Okay, bet 4, call. Say the turn is the jack of clubs, sure. And now our opponents actually check. I mean, there's just not very much checking, is there? Well, 36, that's still quite a lot. Okay, cool. See, there's a check. And now we have 8-7 off. We're going to be mostly just all in here, I think. Yeah, let's take a look at the overall strats. So bet 1 is actually used way more than the shove. Bet 1, 40%, check 51%. So taking the live card is also fine here. Okay, this is fine. This is kind of what we expected. I assume the shove is probably not what you want to do most of the time. Here we have a bet and a call. This was actually, if you guys missed this one, this was a really good hand. So for lulz is a really good spin and go player. When we see a bet on this flop, we definitely want to call. When this queen falls on the turn, our opponent knows that we will have a 6, we will have a 10, we will have maybe even some king high floats once in a while, especially if we have backdoor diamonds or backdoor spades or whatever. As played, decides to barrel the queen, which I think is very good. This is probably an approved size as well, although maybe a bit smaller. And then on the river, they commit to the jam. Now, our opponents can have big hands here, yes. But the issue is that at this stack depth, when we start at around 11 big blinds effective, there's a huge amount of kings that want to play as a shove or a raise. I would say not a raise, not only at 10, we have very little of that, but you know, king 9 wants to shove, king 10 wants to shove, queen jack wants to shove. There's a lot of hands that want to be all in here. A lot of the aces just want to jam. We actually trap very few aces in this situation. If you think about that in terms of the actual range, we can take a look in a second, but there are more combinations of offsuit ace combos than there are suited, and the offsuit combos want to shove here a ton. So if we imagine almost every single suited combination wants to be played as a jam, that's, you know, ace deuce times 12, that's ace 3 times 12, that's ace 4 times 12. And then some of the suited aces want to call, but it's still like ace, probably ace deuce suited, ace 3 suited, ace 4 suited wants to shove, or even limp. Some of them, but probably not all of them. So when we start to work that out, in terms of percentages of your opponents having trip aces here, it's very, very small. Having the king is useful because a hand that would like to trap us here some of the time is like a hand like king jack suited. So they're not going to have the straight that often. They're not going to have as many queens because we were blocking king queen. Like I said, quite a few queens want to be played as a shove here pre-flop too. So when you start to boil it down, we just end up having the best hand a lot, and our opponent has a lot of reasons to try and represent this board. We almost never have an ace once we check back pre. A lot of our queens want to be played as a shove pre-flop as well. So queen deuce off, queen 3 off will want to shove here pre-flop. And so we kind of get to the point where we're very capped. Our opponent is somewhat uncapped, although somewhat discounted, if that's the right word. And so when we get to the river and there's an all in here, we do actually make the hero call and we are spot on correct. I want to see if GTO feels the same way. Let's see how they feel about this line. Yeah, okay, cool. So pre-flop is check. Flop is some raise, some call. This makes sense. When we get to these sub 10 big blinds effective spots, there are these sort of min check raises with better bottom pairs and also 10x. 10 will do this a lot as well. We can take a look in a second. On the turn, we see a barrel. We definitely need to continue calling for all the reasons I described. I think this is a great card for them to bluff anyway with almost their entire range. And on the river, we have the all in, and they like the call here as well. So this is very, very cute. Quite a technical hand. I would not recommend you try and pull this off. I would not recommend you try and pull this off against unknown players. Against unknown players, this is probably going to be very, very bad. Against super crushers, I think the call is very cool. So just to try and give you guys a visual on this, this is the way that I'm imagining this range. This is the setup, and if we go to just the very start, this is how we can discount their range from Ace X, King X. So this is meant to be our opponent's strategy from this position. And we can see that at 10.5 big blinds effective, which is where we start, Queen Jack wants to shove, Jack 10 wants to shove, Ace Deuce, Ace 3, Ace 4, all of these combinations times 12, all of these want to be all in pre-flop, and there's not that many combinations that want to be flatting here, right? This is 4 combos, 4 combos, 4 combos, 4 combos. This is 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. So in terms of percentages, our opponents are just not going to have as many big king, queen. Sorry, they're not going to have as many ace combos, and a lot of their king combos as well can be somewhat discounted by the fact we hold a queen in our hand, or a king in our hand, excuse me. So king, queen being a very reasonable limp hand here, for example. Once we have one of those kings, it makes it slightly harder that they have it. So as played, you know, we just go down the line and we just figure this out and we make the right call. But what was the bit that we wanted to look at here? We were going to take a look at... There's a question mark as to whether or not he value bets a 10. That would be really good, probably, I think, if you were really switched on. No, okay, there we go. That's enough then. That will be okay for me. Okay, cool. Mark that hand as done, and there we go. So overall, guys, very good game for us today. I think we played a very strong session overall. A lot of this downswing here, I think, was just sort of outside of our control. A couple cold decks going the wrong way. Like I said, these dips from here to here, this dip from here to here. The only way that we can have a EV loss that large is in the games where we are playing for more chips, and therefore it sort of unevenly distributes the chip EV, which is a shame because really any of those games could have gone our way and we would have had the chips and the EV for it. So anyway, that's going to be it for today, guys. I might do a stream tomorrow. Like I said, this weekend's going to be pretty busy, so it might be nice to try and sneak in a few games. If I don't actually do a stream tomorrow, I will probably still do some sessions this weekend offline. As I said, we're trying to get to 10,000 games before the end of the year. And we are finally seemingly breaking free from the doldrums. I don't want to speak too soon. Touch wood. But we are definitely on a better trajectory, and I feel like we've been playing a very good game in the last couple sessions. We just crossed the 4,000 game mark, which is lovely. If we could get closer to the 6,000 game mark, that would be probably much better for us. And doing some games off stream will be useful for that. So see how we can do. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off for now. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. If I don't see you tomorrow, if I am going to see you tomorrow, I'll put a notification in my social media. It's NickWalshTV everywhere, including Discord and Instagram, Twitter. Go give me a follow on those platforms if you don't do so already, and I'll see you guys when I see you next. Love you.